A Light in the Darkness Chapter 33, Fan Fiction by Azazyel. Finally, with the four basic structures of the sect having almost finished being built, consisting of a main hall for leadership being me and Elesmere at this point to live, our other sect's facilities at this point included a large stretch of simple apartment-style buildings for possible disciples to stay, the pagoda-style library with 5 floors that will host the martial arts and cultivation arts I will inlay there, the treasure storage room that was beneath the Sect Hall, and lastly I was working on the final bit of our sect's facility. "I swear I am living Minecraft again," I said, randomly making Elesmere look at me oddly. I was currently using my sword that could cut a full meter block thick of tempered steel, with my sword being coated in sword chi, to hew apart the face of the mountainside to create a large flat staircase for people to eventually make their way up and down the mountain. This one project, although far easier, was definitely more annoying, as I had to inlay the slave gravity arrays into each damn 10-meter wide and long stair, and then once the project was over, I could make a master array that would control all the arrays. Hell, with the amount of gravity arrays I had and the dense Choice energies, I could just as easily use the insane gravity upon the stairs as a weapon when I firmly enclosed the rest of the mountain in a tangled spider web of deadly arrays, with the stairway being the only way up the mountain safely. Doesn't matter if you're a chaos demon who can survive being decapitated and such, should you be squished into the ground with all the force of a skyscraper dropping you. You will die or be easy pickings for any disciple with a simple pass that excludes them from the gravity. Ahem, Elesmere called out to me as I finished another array on a stair. "I was wondering what we're going to call your little cult." I damn near tripped down the damned mountain hearing her say the heretical words of calling my sect a fucking cult of all things. "First of all, call my sect a cult again and I will literally bend you over and spank you no matter where we are and who is around. I will literally call upon a demon of Slanish to watch as I spank you," I threatened, making her gulp with fear at my very real threat, as I had begun eating knee-height demons now that I had reached the true realm in my cultivation. But as for what name? I pondered before I smiled, and I looked upon Elesmere while a golden beam of light pierced the purple clouds above us, shining upon us in a divine glow. "We shall be the known across beyond the galaxy as Heavenly Principles Sect," I said with divine weight upon my tongue as I finished the last array, and with a roar, the entire sect was filled with golden light. "No longer shall darkness dwell upon this world. Humanity and the other true sentient beings will come to learn under me and will become paragons that vanquish the endless cruelty of the galaxy before moving on to explore even other galaxies," I said, setting in stone my sect's true fate, with a tiny golden dragon forming out of the golden light that filled sect. I all but sagged as all my spiritual energy was drained, with Elesmere dashing over to hug and hold me up. "What in Isha did you do, Jake? I cannot even feel the warp now," Elesmere begged, making me chuckle. "I showed you the true path, Elesmere. I used all my power to render all the corruption inside the mountain to pure energy and then condense the energy into fate that formed into this dragon," I said as the Chinese-style dragon flew over to us. Up close, with it not being in the sky way above our mountain, it was plain that although it wasn't small, it was still more than 20 meters long and a solid 5 meters thick. Other than its measurements, it had almost wholly glowing scales that ran down its body, with the exception of its back, that had soft, almost cloud-looking, thick white hair. And lastly, for its face, it had slitted amber eyes and a wide snout that showed its mouth could open far wider and longer than most dragons typically could, with it having a more snake-like face. This dragon of fate represents the fortune of our sect, and not only will it bless the people within the sect with easier cultivation, but it also touches upon our very disciples' natural fate and help control it, you can say, I said carefully as I gently laid a hand upon the scaled snout of the dragon that cooed and rubbed against me. Elesmere hummed in thought as she helped me sit down on one of the previous steps we worked upon. "So, your actions cleared out the chaos entities infesting the mountain?" she asked curiously, and I could only nervously laugh in response. "Ha! Nope," I said cheerily as the air shook violently, as a far-off roar of primal fury reached us. "You know of Pisker Knolls, right?" I asked, with the Eldar nodding with obvious distaste in her eyes at the mention. "Well, that beam of light and the absorption of all the chaos energy was like getting splashed in the face with unconcentrated null energy and then having all the energy sucked out of your body. Any demons not killed by the process are, to say the least, pissed and rushing here. So Elesmere, I suggest we retreat back to the sect barriers so we can pick them off. I said with Elesmere quickly leaping onto the head of the sect's dragon, that instinctively felt my desire for us to flee towards the top of the mountain, and flew off, taking us there.